Oh, right, yins guys. I'm going to go ahead and just do a little video. I know sometimes on YouTube there's some kind of unwritten etiquette or statute of limitations. If you do a YouTube video on a certain thing, nobody watches it or anything except for maybe your friends, but I go ahead and do them anyway because, hey, if somebody happens upon it and knows your position on something, and some people are almost like have the attitude when you say something in a video they don't like. Oh, your thoughts don't matter. Who the hell are you or whatever? Because it's not a part of the status quo. But here's something about common sense. About that deal, that stupid article that made the news, and there's a couple articles, different versions of this woman that worked for the Army Corps of Engineers, I guess, got in a fight with some other person, a race other than her, over something stupid. So she puts a Confederate flag on the desk the day after there was some other kind of killing or whatever the hell it was. I saw a couple different versions of the article. One article says she can get up to 15 years, and another article says she can get up to 5. And as far as I'm concerned, as long as there's no threat to kill anybody, nothing like that was said. Nobody said that they were going to kill anybody. All she's really guilty of is just what do you call it? Stupid passive aggression. She's guilty of passive aggression. There was no threat. Come on, I'm not sticking up for any pro-Confederate flag people, and I'm not hating on anybody, a race other than me, because, hey, I got a lot of black friends, and some of them are probably looking at this like, what the hell, I mean, I see double standards anyway. The woman is guilty of passive aggression. She should get some kind of reprimand, I mean? Like, at first she denied that she ever put the flag on the desk, and they caught her. So I guess some of the, what she can get in trouble for, 5 years or whatever, is lying to the federal people that investigated it, you know what I mean, and say she didn't do it. So I guess the possibility of you going to jail for 5 years isn't, say you do something and it's passive aggressive, you didn't threaten to kill anybody, and somebody gets the Fed involved, and you go ahead and instead of admitting that you did it, well, it's like this, you go and lie to them. But still, I don't see how they can give anybody any prison time for passive aggression when you didn't threaten to kill anybody, you just put a Confederate flag. I mean, that's total bullshit, really. I mean, the only thing she's guilty of passive aggressive and maybe counter harassment or whatever, or some kind of thing like that. And I don't care what color you are. There's people on both sides that do it to people of their own race, and they do it to people other race to them. Passive aggression, and there's even slightly threatening innuendo. Hey, when I was in school, people did that shit. So what the hell is that? And there's another thing too. I mean, the feds want to go after somebody for being passive aggressive. I mean, I didn't see them, all the things I seen and heard on the radio and seen on the internet, these anti-white groups like the leader of the Black Panthers saying, I hate the goddamn white man, mother and child and all that. And the guy that said, if you want freedom, you got to kill crackers. See, where's the threads? I mean, where are the feds there, these federal authorities? Who the hell do they think they are? I mean, anybody, I don't care who you are, you're going to go and threaten to kill somebody. I don't care who it is. If you're black or white and you're dumb enough to say it publicly, you should have to answer for it, but I didn't see anybody going after them, so I see double standards, really. I don't care who you are. You shouldn't be doing that shit in the first place. But then people are not stupid. They're not born yesterday, and I ain't one of those other kind of groups like freaking Aryan Nations and all that want to go doing robberies and drugs, I mean, I wouldn't join one of them, hell no, but I don't care. People ain't stupid. They can see right off the bat, So there's a lot of bigger things going on that you can hear, like that people can publicly get away with saying this and that, but some other thing, somebody else does it, and then federal authorities and different people are investigating and totally up their ass. I mean, what kind of shit is that? I mean, for me, I guess the Confederate flag is just old news. It's a museum piece. You know what I mean? No, you shouldn't be using it to discreetly threaten anybody. Hell no. You know what I mean? But uh, I don't advocate slavery. That's old news. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't care for the slavery that went on back in biblical times. Hey, the Old Testament was old culture and old news, old views that were discarded, along with crazy, sinister blood sacrifices, and all that crap. But ancient history that, I mean, old stuff that was discarded back years ago. We don't need that shit. And people should get along. People shouldn't be doing shit to each other and being passive aggressive like that. You know what I mean? And if people can't get along, they have the right to snub each other too. And in some cases, it's not against the law to flip each other the bird. At least if you flip each other the bird, you can't get accused of like use any kind of other objects, to imply anything. You know what I mean, or threats or any kind of thing like that. I mean, I think if it don't matter if you're black or you're white. I think whether you're black or white, you should live your life in a way around people in a way that you can't be accused. Do whatever you have to so you can't be accused, and also not do anything. I mean, do things there's things that you can avoid doing or avoid being around certain people or certain things. Don't let anybody, I don't care if it's somebody the same race as you or I don't care if it's somebody that's the same race as you or somebody that's a different race than you. Don't get into a situation, avoid that shit. If you don't get along, hang with the ones that you do get along with. You know what I mean? Don't let anybody make you say anything that, because you're mad, and don't let anybody make you all jumpy, say or do something that makes you look bad. So, whether you're black or white, you got to watch so you can't be accused. And that's just the bottom line. That's just it. You know what I mean? Avoid childish behavior or whatever. But everybody of every race has the right to walk down the street with a chip on their shoulder and a smirk on their face or whatever, too. And I think a lot of times it's best to avoid. Like even though people ain't being violent or passive aggressive with each other, I think there's kind of a cold war going on, and some people have their choice whether they participate or not. Some people join religions to try to get away from that shit, and then they find it over there. So what the hell are you gonna do?